This is 29-year-old Justin Hythe, who appeared in the episode of Judge Judy back in September of 2018. He was suing his ex-fiance Alicia Westfall for allegedly throwing a bottle at him and pouring bleach all over his suits, and Alicia countersued him for damaging her phone and for filing a false restraining order. Justin will win his case, where his ex would have to pay him $2,500 for all the damages that she did. At the time, the two were living separately, and they also shared custody of one son. Years later, Justin would appear on TV, but for a whole different reason. He would come to find out that he was keeping a dark secret, as well as Justin Hythe was not his real name. His real name was Nagasi Zuberi, and Justin Hythe was just one of his many aliases that he used. Different aliases that he would use would be Justin Kawasi, Sakima Zuberi, and Justin Hythe. He also lived in multiple states, which include California, Washington, Oregon, Utah, Colorado, Florida, New Jersey, New York, Alabama, and Nevada. So on July 15th of 2023, Nagasi would travel 450 miles from home in Klamath Falls, Oregon, all the way up to Seattle, Washington to the Aurora Avenue area. When he got to the area, he would pick up a woman of the night, let's call her Becky, and based on her statement, she has said that when Nagasi had approached her, he had said that he was an undercover cop, and he also presented the badge showing that he was a police officer. He would then pull out a taser and then follow that up by putting her in handcuffs and leg irons and then place her in the back of his car. He would then make the 7-hour drive back home, where he would pull over multiple times just to assault her. Now, once they got to his house, he would place her into a soundproof center block cell that he had built in his own garage. So once he placed Becky in the cell, he had told her he had some work to go do and he'd be right back. And so Becky went ahead and took a brief nap and then woke up with the realization that she may not come out of this alive. So with everything that Becky had, she went ahead and started beating down the door trying to get out, and she beat it so hard her hands started bleeding. But with sheer determination, she continued beating the door until the welded joints gave way, where it created a small opening that she can actually squeeze through. She would escape from the house and then would continue running until she saw a passing vehicle, in which she flagged down and they was able to call 911 for her. Now, once Nagasi had realized that Becky had escaped, he would disappear himself just before police had arrived. Nagasi would be found 24 hours later by Nevada State police officers over in Reno, Nevada, which is 4 hours away from his home in Oregon. When he was found with his wife and child, but it is unclear how many children he actually has based on the number of aliases that he has. But when they found him, they tried to get him out the car, but he refused to exit out the vehicle, and he was found trying to cut himself as well as trying to destroy his phone. While he's been arrested in Nevada, police in Oregon will go ahead and search his residence, where they found a slew of evidence that showed that this was not the first time he had done this, and he was planning on doing this again and again. One of the things they found in his garage was a note that he had written down called Operation Takeover, which was a list of things for him to do, which would include leave his phone at home, as well as what type of victims to find, which is to find victims that had no family ties or friends. In which the list also included on how not to get caught, which didn't work out in his favor. They also found a blueprint that he had made where he was planning on building an underground cell, where the materials he would need are concrete blocks, foam insulation, and waterproof concrete. Because of how serious the crimes were and the fact that he crossed state lines, the FBI had to get involved in this case. So now the FBI are probing to see if there are other victims out there that may have crossed this path, and to determine if he had used other methods to try to gain control over women. So they created a website to allow women to come forward who may have been a victim of his. Nagasi Zuberi is currently in custody, but in August of 2023, he tried to escape from jail by trying to break out of his window, not realizing the glass is made out of reinforced glass. He was moved out of his cell, put into a body scanner to make sure he had no other weapons on him, and then placed into a hard cell that had no windows at all. And during a search of his cell, they had found makeshift tools that he had made. So on top of the kidnapping, the assault charges, and the weapon charges, he's also facing second-degree escape and first-degree disorderly conduct.